Hi there everybody, this is Cindy with Magazine Mama. I'm going to be sharing some tips on posting on social media. So we're going to look at some Instagram accounts and some Facebook accounts. So if you're on and you have questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments and let me know who's commenting on it and I will try to answer them. I'm going to see if I can get my comment screen up. Just a moment. Okay, so first I'd like to start off with looking at some comments in the Marketing Monday post here. So Hannah says, I need more engagement on social media. I do things like ask questions and no one comments. And then also Adriana says, same here, nobody answers questions, only my daughter. And then Hannah replied, that's not always the tactics I use, but I've heard it's a good way to interact. I have the same 100-ish people liking my things consistently and can't get past that. So I wanted to address this thread right here first because I wanted to say to Hannah, if you have the same 100-ish people liking your things consistently, you're definitely doing something right, and that is really great because you want consistent engagement on your account. Now I know numbers is a big thing to a lot of people, and I know especially on Instagram, there are some features that you need to have, like the last time I heard is about 10,000 followers to be able to use the swipe up feature. But in my opinion, I think, even if I have 10,000 followers and they're not consistently engaging, how do I know they're even going to swipe up if I have the ability to offer that feature on my account? So I would also say to you, are these 100 people that are consistently liking your posts, are they all your clients? Because if they're not all your clients, there's definitely room there to get more clients out of these people who are engaging with you. Because basically, if you look at the potential client's journey and interacting on social media, basically it's a funnel. So the top of your funnel is your social media account or the first interaction that they have with you. So let's say they first find you on social media. So they just, I found her account, and they start following you. So they're kind of at the top of the funnel. And then the more engaged they get, they go through your funnel till eventually they become your client. So you want to keep up that engagement. You want to try to get those 100 people as clients and speak to those 100 people. Because those 100 people may have 100 other people that may be interested in your work. So don't focus on the numbers, focus on the engagement, and the numbers will follow later on. So that's the first thing I want to say. Now we're going to take a look at some accounts here. And let me see. We're going to take a look at Instagram accounts. Okay, and the first one I'm going to pull up is Adriana's account, and I'm going to first look at your profile. It says Destination Wedding, Storyteller, Editorial Lifestyle, Animal Lover. So the one thing that I want to point out as well is a lot of photographers photograph different types of photography, and that's fine. I totally understand that, but why I think it's so important to specialize in one type of photography is because you're going to have a difficult time engaging with your audience. If you're shooting different kinds of photography, there's going to be different kinds of clients. Like, for example, if you're shooting pets and weddings and seniors. So you're going to have to speak to them all in different ways. And it's not going to be consistent because one day or one post you might speak to the brides and grooms, and one you might speak to the pet lovers and things like that. So you want to try to focus it in as much as you can and niche it down as much as you can. So on here, I see there's a lot of several wedding posts and wedding images, which I really like. And so what I did is I pulled up the first post that had a question on it, because questions are the very first thing to help us get more engagement, because you're asking a question to the audience and you're basically asking them to engage and to answer you in your post. Now, the question in this post is, what are your thoughts on this layout? And I love this layout, I love this photo, but I think the type of question you're asking, unless I'm misunderstanding your profile, is not going to speak to your ideal client. So if you're a wedding photographer, brides and grooms are not really going to be savvy on layout and design. This would be something more if you're targeting graphic artists or designers. They can give you more input on a layout. And then the second thing I want to mention is that when you ask somebody, what are your thoughts on something, you're asking them to stop, take a moment, and think. And on social media is kind of really fast. You don't have a lot of time to grab people's attention, and they don't really want to go really in depth on things. So a better question might be, do you like this layout? Yes or no? And that's really easy for them to answer. They don't have to think a lot. They can just say, yes, I like it. No, I don't like it. So I want you to try using questions that are yes or no answers, and keep it really simple. And then also keep in mind who your target audience is and if they would be interested in engaging with comments about layout. So what I'm going to suggest to you is I scrolled down and I found this photo here. So if you're targeting brides, so this photo says, flowers are always a big part of our life and weddings could not be possible without them. Enjoy these awesome bouquets. Now, if I'm targeting a bride, I have to think about brides. Now, all the brides that I've worked with over the years, they have one thing in common. They love to talk about their wedding, especially the details of their wedding. And especially, like, they love to talk about their flowers. I think the dress is the first thing they like to talk about the most. And then probably the second would be, I don't know, I really don't know, but like maybe bouquet, their cake, and their venue. Those are a lot of big things they like to talk about. So what I would do on this post to get more engagement is I would say, brides, tell me about your flowers, or what type of flowers are you using in your bouquet? Or you could even ask the brides, what are your colors for your wedding? I mean, that wouldn't pertain to this photo. I mean, it could actually. You could say, brides, what are your colors? You could talk about the colors and the flowers. So hopefully these are some ideas that will help you to kind of start thinking in that direction, and some tips you can use to get people to engage with your posts on social media. Now I'm going to take a look at Hannah's account. And the first thing I always like to do when I go to look at accounts is look at your profile. So on here, you just say photographer. So I don't really know what type of photography you do before I look at your account, obviously, before I look at the photos on your account. But when people are coming to your profile and looking at your profile, they see photographer. Well, you want to speak to them more specifically. So are you a wedding photographer, family photographer? So you need to be more specific on what type of photographer you are and what type of client you are speaking to. So you said you wanted more engagement on your post. So I scrolled through your images and I found a post where you ask some questions in it, or ask a question. In this post it says, can you spin me around the rest of my life? Our wedding is in 2 days and man, I cannot wait to celebrate with all our family and friends. Comment below your favorite song to dance to, trying to get some ideas. Now I think this is a great engagement post to comment your favorite song to dance to, because everybody has a favorite song. And probably a favorite song to dance to. I don't dance a lot, so I don't really have a favorite song to dance to, but but I do have favorite songs. So this is really great. Now, to take this one step further, I would change up this image here. And I went ahead and did that in Photoshop. Let me pull up my Photoshop here. Just really quick, not really getting really elaborate into this. What you can do, something simple, is just add a text layer and just say, what is your favorite song to dance to? Very simple. And this image is great because it's got a lot of white space up here so you don't cover up the photo. So you could do that. Or if you wanted to make it stand out a little bit more, like I added a pink layer on there, you know, kind of to make it look like a question, like an engagement post. You can center the text here. Whoops. Let me get on the text layer. You can center up the text. You can take the colored layer here, and you can make it smaller if you don't want to cover the image here, or you could like make it into a square and center it up. And then once you do this, you'll have a template, and then you can edit out the text easily and edit in your photos here. So this is just a really quick idea. I didn't put a lot of thought into the design, just something to do off the cuff here. That way, when people scroll through your account, they might not be clicking on your image to read what you have to say, but that text, they'll see the text in the image and they'll be like, oh, what's my favorite song to dance to? And they'll stop and think, oh, let me think about it. And then they'll know to comment when they read your post. So hopefully that is helpful. Now we're going to take a look at Facebook engagement. And we're going to look at Troy's Facebook page. So I'm going to scroll through here, and what I like to do is first look at Facebook pages and see what kind of post is getting the most engagement, and then just do more of that because you know it's working. So I scroll through here, and I just see like 1 like here, 1 like, 3 likes, and then this one has 10 likes on it. So I asked Troy inside the group, let me go to find his question. How often and where to post to get new clients? I'm struggling. So I said, who's your ideal client that you're trying to reach? He says, moms of families and high school seniors, also brides to be. So there again, this is what I was talking about earlier. When you're trying to reach all different types of demographics, it's going to be hard because you're going to have to post content for moms of families and high school seniors and brides to be. And those are 2 different clientele. Now, I didn't ask you here if it's moms of families and high school seniors, if you're targeting the moms, or are you targeting the high school seniors themselves? So there's 2 plays you could do there. You could target the seniors or target the parents. So if you're on, let me know. You can let me know in the comments. But I noticed this has a lot of engagement on it, even a share. And these are senior photos. So, you know, maybe you have 1 page for senior photography and 1 page for families, or 1 page for seniors and families, and then 1 page for brides. And I know it's a lot of work, but that way you can be consistent in what you post. Like, because for example, brides. If brides are following your page and then they start seeing a lot of seniors posted, that's not speaking to them. So they might, you know, unlike your page. But if it's to brides, they want to see content on weddings and things like that. So that's the reason for having 2 pages. So that's something to consider there. And then I also wanted to say, okay, so here is a good post as well. Who has a unique idea or concept for part of your senior session? Let's make it happen. That's great because you're speaking to the seniors. And this even had 2 shares. And then here, this one, I need a logo embroidered on a polo shirt. This is not really related to your IDO client, I don't believe. So I would keep that on your personal profile. And then this post here, this is kind of cool, to cruise in the Carnival airship. But think about this. Is this really speaking to your brides or your moms of seniors? I'm not really sure that it is. So this might be something that you want to leave off your page. And it is really important not to keep posts on your page, or not to post things that people are not going to engage with, because that affects the algorithm. If Facebook is seeing lots of consistent engagement, then they'll start showing your Facebook page to more and more people. Now this right here, I thought this was pretty good, because it's a video. Videos obviously get more views, and you can see this one's had a lot of views on the page it was originally posted on. So it says it's a Southern thing, and I'm not sure, Troy, where you're located. Maybe you are in the South. So if you're in the South, that's great. But I kind of played this video a little bit, and think about the content that you're posting. Like, I won't play the whole thing, but is this going to speak to a mom, or is this going to speak to seniors or brides? So think about even the video concept itself. I can understand it speaks to people who live in the South, but the people who are featured in the video, think about that as well. And I thought this was really good too, Pay Your Family's Age promotion. I watched that video a little bit. I thought that was a neat promotion that you had. So those are just some tips for you, Troy. And I want to give one more tip for anybody watching. If you're looking for content that will engage your IDO client. So I go to the Knot, for example, because this is one big page for weddings. So what you want to do is, again, scroll through the posts on the page and see what people are engaging with. So this page is targeting brides, and you see here how this post right here has 27 comments and 12 shares. And honestly, that's not a lot, given that this page has 764,000 likes on it. But it's got comments and shares. So maybe you share this on your page. This says what waiting for your partner to propose feels like in gifts. So that's something that you could post for brides. Here's another one. This one has got a lot more comments and shares. So if I was wanting to target brides, I would definitely share this post on your page. So hopefully these tips have been helpful. Let me know if you have any comments below this video, and I will talk to you guys later.